Hello, and welcome to our Wellness Ambassadors at Work interview series, hosted by myself, Lisa Kelly of Kelly Wellness Consulting, Inc., and founder of the Workplace Wellness Ambassador Certification Programs. I'm quite honored today to be joined by one of our Certified Master Workplace Wellness Ambassadors, Joan Dickinson of Crossroads Nutrition. And Joan recently, actually not recently, I think you certified with us a couple years ago, Joan, did you?
Last year.
Last year, okay, wow, where does time go? So welcome, Joan, to our Wellness Ambassadors at Work interview series.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, and so Joan, we're going to just deep dive right into our questions now. And I've been asking those who I've been interviewing this very first question, which is, share a little bit about yourself as far as your wellness coaching background and what your goals and aspirations for workplace wellness consulting might be as one of our recently certified master ambassadors.
Well, Lisa, my interest in corporate wellness actually began many years ago when I was in corporate America. It started when I worked for a very large company in one of their regional offices, a remote office. Okay. And I helped the HR department implement selected programs as one of their administrators. And I was always jealous of the robust programs that they had at the headquarters office and was always lobbying to try to get more wellness programming for the folks in my office.
Oh, good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was promoted and transferred to the corporate office where I was able to really experience, again, as an employee, not so much as an administrator, of the programs that they had. They had an on-site wellness facility with physicians, assistants, and nurses, and a lot of services for the employees. They also had a full gym.
Right.
And what I was always so curious about, even as an employee and as a manager, was how some employees really took advantage of these and really were very engaged in the program. And others had zero interest whatsoever.
Right.
And the same on the managerial level. Some managers were very supportive of their employees participating, and some were not. And I started, just out of my own curiosity, sort of asking when I would go to a program or I would go into like they had a special 12-week nutrition class. And I thought, to be honest with you, that the class, the content was excellent, and everybody hated it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Nobody liked the program, and I was really curious as to why. And I found out, and really when I was taking your class, you gave a framework to evaluate why some of these programs were good and weren't, and why engagement sometimes was successful and sometimes not. So you really helped me go back and sort of rewrite the story of my engagement with those programs and see them in a very different light.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So what was one of the reasons why I took your training is because when I left corporate America after 35 years and wanted to do something new, you've heard about that book, What Color's Your Parachute? People try to evaluate what they want to do in a new career. Right. Well, I didn't need to do the book. All I had to do was look around my house. Even though I was a technologist for 35 years, I didn't have one book on technology. I didn't have one book on Wall Street. I had a million cookbooks and books on health and nutrition and yoga and meditation and all of that. And I said, well, there you have it. So my intention of starting Crossroads Nutrition, my intention of learning to be a coach and then expanding into corporate wellness was because I have seen firsthand for myself and too many other people who sacrifice their wellness, who sacrifice their vitality, who threaten their own longevity because they're so engaged in their own careers. And it's gotten worse in the last couple of years as the economy has been difficult and the job market has been challenging. And I just don't think that that's right. I think that we really need a more balanced way to not have to get sick to be successful.
And you worked for a leading financial institution in the Wall Street area.
Yes.
Yeah, so you saw firsthand, I'm sure, people burning the midnight oil at these companies.
Yes. And the globalization of business has added a whole new layer of challenge because you're called upon to be available.
Excuse me.
The technology, although it has really given us so many new tools, it's also added a whole new level of the concept of presence.
Right.
Do you ever get to turn it off? So I think that our wellness on all dimensions of our wellness are very challenged in the corporate world today. And it requires some very creative thinking about how to address that and a very high level engagement by management to say that, if our people are our greatest assets, how do we protect them and enhance them? It's not
very well said.
15 years ago when it was about do a health assessment and, open a gym. It's very different and very much more complex, I believe.
And, workplace wellness has always been, or should always be, multidimensional. But to the points you just brought in, it's that much more complicated and even more layers of multi-dimensions within those dimensions, if you will, right? And nuances that we have to be mindful of and address through our programming. Absolutely.
So to go back to your original question, when I left my job, I went to the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, which was a one-year program. And I was exposed to all of the cutting-edge theories and thinking of food and nutrition and lifestyle management. The whole holistic concept of we are responsible for our own health and wellness really blew my mind wide open. And when I graduated, I started my private practice. I continued in my own sort of self-educational path. I studied mindful eating. I studied online classes at Harvard and Stanford. I took mindfulness-based stress reduction training. I continued, I never stopped. Took a class on thyroid health, took a class on fibromyalgia, took a class on anti-inflammatory eating. So I feel like from just a technical standpoint, I'm pretty knowledgeable, but I really wanted to enhance my coaching ability, which is different than understanding nutrition. So now I am enrolled in the Functional Medicine Coaching Academy.
Good for you.
Yes, it's affiliated with the Institute for Functional Medicine, and I'll graduate next year. And in the middle of all that, I took your program last year. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, and you are, as you well know, you're one of our communication advisors as well for the program, because you have a background in communications, and you've been a great support in that respect as well. And so, and that's one of the benefits of people come into our program. There's so many roles to fill, whether as a senior program advisor or a communications person like yourself. And, you get to further develop your skills, give back to the program, and also, network with such a wonderful group of people. And we are a team, as you well know, and we stay very well connected. And so much so, we're even co-creating a program now for employers in workplace wellness that we'll talk about in just a bit. So just moving on then. So how do you feel, and you may have touched on this already, but really, how do you feel our program, our Master Ambassador program, has really helped support your skill development as both a health coach and a workplace wellness professional to provide coaching and consulting to employers and your private coaching clients? And maybe just speak to some of the aspects of the program and even the post-program support that has helped you to provide those services.
Well, as I alluded to, I was always curious about why some programs were well received and others weren't. And I think that your training about wellness programming development really spoke very in depth about how to enhance engagement and how important that is. So that was really something that I really didn't understand to the level that I do now. And I think that now when I meet with a client, I am better able to suss out what's going to work in their environment. I mean, I've worked in small companies, family-owned businesses, large international corporations. I've been a bus driver and I've been a manager. So I've been a union employee and I've been, at the top of the heap. So I kind of get it from all those angles. Right. And now what I can do is take that breadth of experience and overlay it, the knowledge that you've imparted on me, to be able to write the right kind of programming that's going to speak to those audiences for diversity of businesses. Right. I didn't really have that before. I mean, I think I'm a good coach, but now I think I'm a good program developer, which I wasn't before. And I am so impressed at the quality and quantity of programming you make available to your ambassadors to share with the businesses.
Oh, thank you.
In terms of the Lunch and Learn programming, in terms of the campaign development, I could have never done that by myself. I would have never been able to say, if I went to somebody and they said, I want to do something on mindfulness, I can now say, I can deliver that next week.
Well, it's because that is actually one of the programs in our campaign database that you get along with 10 or 12 others that we have to date that you can bring to your employer base. And just for clarity, and you may have already said this, but in case you didn't, you are positioning yourself as an independent workplace wellness consultant or concierge, if you will, to go out as opposed to an internal consultant that, being employed.
Yes, that's correct. I would be acting as a consultant.
Right.
Or just enhancing someone's program. They may already have a program in place. Right. They do not need any more development. They just want some diversity of speakers. I love public speaking. and I can go in and just do lunch and learns for them. And now with the skills that you've taught me and the programs you've made available to your ambassadors, I can do that quickly and easily at virtually no cost because it's already been developed. It just has to be customized.
And for the benefit of our audience who may not know this, when you participate in either our level 1 or our level 2, our master program, in the level 1, you get a database of lunch and learns that are co-created by our ambassadors at that level and put into a database. And in our subsequent master level, which most of our people do track and go into, you get a campaign database of done-for-you campaigns with promotional material and everything. So they're you can hit the ground running, as you know. And I mean, these programs take a lot of hours. You know, you were involved in one of them as a master ambassador. So to do them on your own without the support of others, I mean, would take you hundreds and hundreds of hours, right?
Absolutely.
And every year with each program offering, you get new campaigns coming to you from our database. So that's exciting. You get to look forward to that. So moving on then, how is our program training in virtual technology and delivery, such as our Zoom, which we're using now, our Rizuku and other online platforms, supported you for virtual delivery of your programs and services to your clients on a global scale? And I've said this often in our interviews that the world is your oyster right now. You have so much at your fingertips to reach out and deliver, not just to people in your New Jersey area, but globally. So really, how has the virtual technology supported you? And maybe if you want to tie in the new program, our Focus on Healthy Eating program, and speak to that, both from a co-creation process using technology and the end result of being able to take that program or our other programs and deliver it to employers through technology.
So as I mentioned earlier, I've been working in the technology field since my whole career actually was in technology. And believe it or not, back in the day when I worked for an AT&T company, we were talking about the benefits of video teleconferencing back before it was a desktop application. And back then they called it distance learning, which was a cutting edge concept in the 1980s. And it's so wonderful to see it all come to fruition in such an easy and accessible in an affordable platform now. Before then, it was just deadly expensive, quite complicated, and required a whole staff of people, which is why I had a job to support it, right? And so now I sold the benefits way back when, and now I'm experiencing them personally in my business. I think the technology you've selected for this program allows us to have a really robust offering. I love how the Focus program on the Rizuko platform performs. It looks good. It's easy to use. You need no special training. Anybody can just click and point and navigate around. It's just, you did a brilliant job. Also, using Zoom as a platform allows you to see the person you're talking to and make it a depth of experience than just, let's say, speaking on the telephone. So what I love about let's talk a little bit about how this applies to the Focus program. So the Focus on Healthy Eating is the program that we are collaborating on along with your other ambassadors. And I'm so excited about it because it is uses technology so that the program can be offered over multiple delivery platforms, either in person, facilitated by someone in your office. It can be online. It can be a blended approach, where employees take some part of the training on their own time and their own pace, and then you have, let's say, come together meetings, or you can use the video conferencing. So it really speaks to businesses of all sizes, right? And businesses in multiple locations around the world, or even around town, because you cut down travel time, you cut down place time. I mean, it just is so deliverable in any way that that person has a laptop, they can take advantage of the program. I love that about it. I love it also that it doesn't have to just be for one single employer, or organizations that might want to offer it as an offering. It could be even in the future could be done for municipalities that want to make it as part of a wellness campaign internally, or a senior center, or there's so many ways that this program can be used because of the way you develop the technology.
And as we just talked about before we started recording, for example, if a Chamber of Commerce wanted to open it up to their membership, to have employees across their membership join into one of your programs, you can leverage that and get economies of scale and have, a select number of employees from interested employer groups come into your program without having to put the burden on one employer to offer a single closed program. to, and round up the minimum numbers that might be required, So all those logistics will be forthcoming in our program.
And coaches can offer it just to their own clientele as well.
Sure, exactly.
It doesn't even have to have a corporate sponsorship. And the thing that I love so much about the content of the Focus program is that it really is holistic in nature. It's not just about eating, although it does say focus on healthy eating. It's really on healthy nourishing.
Yes.
Nourishing of the mind, body, and spirit, and which is why it's such a perfect wellness, a corporate wellness offering, because it supports every aspect of the employee's well-being to make them a vital contributor to the success of the company.
You're so right on the money, and we talk about that in our promotional material, as you know, so you helped develop it. But certainly, because when as you well know as a health coach, our diet, our healthy living transcends everything, not just our body weight, our clarity in general, but clarity in the workplace and focus in the workplace and a mindfulness. And when we have those attributes and that disposition in the workplace, we are so much more effective, so much more productive. And so it transcends all aspects of our life from the time we wake till the time we go to sleep. And especially for employers, I really truly feel it will make a more effective, mindful, productive employee, and help diminish presenteeism, help reduce absenteeism, health benefit costs, and the whole host of things. So thank you for that, and very well said. And any final questions or thoughts that on how our program, or even our post-program support, because we do offer a lot of post-program support, as you know, through our Facebook, through our professional development series, through our mastermind series that we offer our master ambassadors. So how has that level of post-program support helped you in further develop your skills?
I think that it is superb. I have to tell you, as I alluded in the beginning of the video, I've taken a lot of online training and participated in a lot of postgraduate work. And then when it's over, it's over. That's sort of it. And you got whatever you got out of it, and you move on, right? Mm-hmm. However, this is not how Kelly Workplace Wellness Consulting works. I feel like I'm now part of your extended family.
And you are.
I actually got a get well card from somebody in Asia the other day because I wasn't feeling well. We support each other personally, professionally, intellectually. We continue to develop new aspects of the program, which keeps it fresh and alive. So it's not something that's sort of done and over. It's a living part of my business. Mm-hmm. And the Facebook posts that you and your other affiliates and ambassadors put on are top quality. I'm always learning something new, being connected with new experts, new websites or whatever. So it's almost like a continuing graduate school that I'm in, that it just doesn't stop. It's fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. That was very well said. And so before we conclude, any other final comments you'd like to share with our viewers on your experience, or any parting words you'd like to leave?
I just say, if you're watching this video because you're interested in Lisa Kelly's program, you cannot go wrong. If corporate wellness is something you have on your horizon, either as something you want to implement in your business, or something you want to train your employees on, or something you want to do professionally, this is the right place to be.
Right. And thank you very much. And as you said, and I've said as well, it very much supports those in private health coaching as well, because as you know, it certainly has enriched, I would think, your coaching skills. And so let's just say someone went into our program and decided workplace wellness wasn't for them, but they're a health coach, and 9 chances out of 10 they will want to take their skill sets and move into that arena on some level. But let's just say you didn't. Would you say then that certainly from your health coaching perspective, it has certainly supported and augmented and helped you in that area?
Well, absolutely, because let's not forget for a minute, it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And, to make changes in people's lives, you need to be in their life. You need to connect with the people. Mm-hmm. And part of what you've taught is about marketing and about presence and presenting yourself, and ways to use presentation materials like the Canva training that you just gave us the other day.
And our technology to deliver virtually.
Technology training and all that. I mean, that's all part of running a business as a solopreneur.
Right.
And I think that even if you take your class and decide you don't want to do corporate wellness, you will still benefit on so many levels from those other aspects of the training.
And just for clarity as well, our program is open up to a whole sector and different target markets, not just health coaches, but also corporate professionals, anyone in the wellness business or just wellness enthusiasts that want to hone their skills a little more in wellness to bring it into the workplace and or to their private health clients. So thank you, Joan. I really appreciate this. And, you really brought some more new insights to our audience on what the program can offer, what the program's offered you, and what it can offer them as potential participants. So thank you once again for your participation in our interview series. And it's really been an honor and a delight. And a very special thank you as well to our viewers for joining us. So if you're interested in learning more about Joan Dickinson, Joan can be contacted through her website, which is crossroadsnutrition.com. And to learn more about our upcoming Workplace Wellness Ambassador certification programs, please visit us at KWC.com, or by all means contact us at info@kellywc.com. Also, be sure to watch additional KWC interviews on our Kelly Wellness Consulting YouTube channel. Until we meet again, stay healthy, stay well, and as always, live your very best life. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.